37% of 20 to 39-year-olds reported short sleep duration. This could be due to late-night distractions or an active mind. Being deprived of sleep can have an effect on your academic performance and can make you fall behind. So set a schedule and stick to it. You need sleep.
You're watching West Liberty University's Newsline 14.
Good afternoon, Hilltoppers, and welcome to the spring 2023 edition of Newsline 14. I'm Kaylee Carpino.
And I'm Caden Kendo.
But first, in the sports news, a record that many thought to stay unbroken forever was broken last night. LeBron James, or the King as he is mostly known as, surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading scorer in the regular season. Kareem held the record for nearly 40 years and held the record at 38,337 points. LeBron broke the record while playing in 150 games less than Kareem. Going into the game, LeBron needed 36 points in order to break the record, and with 10 seconds left in the third quarter, LeBron was dribbling across the free throw line and hit a fadeaway jumper to break the long-standing record. LeBron finished the night with 38 points and will continue to score for the foreseeable future as he plans on playing for the next couple years. It will be hard to believe that this record will ever be broken. And need a place to stay to watch the Super Bowl? There will be a watch party in the Union to watch the big game. Kickoff is slated for 6 p.m. between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Come join in watching the game with your friends and enjoy the food and the game.
Intramurals continue throughout the week. If you missed floor hockey this last Monday, you can join in the fun by going to the Blatnick Gym tonight at 7 p.m. for some volleyball. If you are unable to join the volleyball, join Ross on Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. for intramural soccer. Do you enjoy archery and have a passion for teaching? If so, then you should go check out the basic archery instructor training being held this February 13th at West Liberty Elementary School, which is located at 745 Van Meter Way in West Liberty. The certification class is completely free and will take place from 8 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. For more information or to register for the classes, please contact Kathleen Wack using the following phone number, 304-336-8535.
Our local Lambda Psi Sigma members are hosting a fundraiser for the Brooke County Animal Shelter throughout this February. Donation boxes are being set up in the Union, Curtis, and Boner Hall buildings. The fundraiser is accepting new and used items but will not be accepting anything expired, so please check the dates of the food items you wish to donate. A few of the following items are things you can donate to this fundraiser this February: dry dog or cat food, blankets, sheets, towels, cat and dog collars, newspapers, and paper towels. And an administrator for the Ohio County Sheriff's Department proposed to county commissioners the purchase of 24 body cameras for its deputies. After pricing, the department has settled on SafeLink, a company that could get them the necessary amount of cameras for about $50,000, according to the Intelligencer's Jocelyn King. The department's administration is looking to reduce the cost of the purchase by applying for a Bureau of Justice Assistance grant, which would cut the county's share of the bill in half, says King. Administrators at the county meeting reported the cameras being popular among the department's deputies. The plan to purchase the cameras comes at a time when more and more legislation requiring the use of body cameras is being passed.
Dunkin' Donuts plans on moving into Wheeling. The Hardee's location on National Road in Wheeling has been shut down for some time, and now Dunkin' Donuts is making plans on moving into the location. There is no official date on when it will happen, as the company plans on raising the old Hardee's building and making a 2,000 square foot building in the location. A police officer was shot and killed on Monday afternoon. 2 officers were dispatched for a domestic disturbance in the town of McKeesport. The officers tried to talk to the suspect, but unfortunately, the suspect walked away from the officers. A family member then warned the police about the suspect being armed. The officers approached the suspect, who then opened fire on the officers. The suspect was eventually shot by a 3rd responding officer. The first officer was pronounced dead at the hospital, and the second officer was flown to a Pittsburgh trauma center. The second officer, Charles Thomas Jr., was soon discharged and is currently recovering at the home. The suspect is currently in stable condition at the Pittsburgh Trauma Center. All buildings were placed on lockdown due to the police activity. The mayor has asked people to respect the family's privacy at this time.
Last Friday, a train was derailed and is currently at risk of exploding in Palestine. Officials were urging citizens to evacuate near the surrounding area. In the recent days, officials did a controlled explosion of the rail car. They did not, however, explain what was in the rail car that was hazardous. Anyone who is in a mile radius needs to evacuate to ensure their safety. There is currently no injuries at this time. More than 500 citizens declined to evacuate the premises. Mayor Trent Conaway declared a state of emergency and has stated that anyone who steps near the barricade will get arrested. And coming up next, we will have a closer look at some of the top state and national headlines of the week.
And more details on the recent earthquake that affected Turkey and Syria. That story and more after the break.
Blacktop down on the track. My shins burn. And look at these guys running right here. Their shins burn too. This stuff was supposed to be done before we started school. And look at us now. Dying. Ah, my shins!
You're watching Newsline 14.
On Tuesday, February 7th, President Joe Biden delivered his second State of the Union address. He pushed for advocacy on his own policies, but also pleaded for bipartisanship in his divided Washington. Through the duration of President Biden's speech, he constantly used the phrase, "with your help." This ad-lib was not annotated in his prepared remarks, but he insisted on looking forward to working alongside his Republican counterparts through cooperation and understanding.
Parts of Turkey and Syria were hit hard on Monday by a 7.8 magnitude earthquake. The seismic event has been the deadliest in over a decade. First responders are still continuing the search for survivors among the aftermath of the disaster. It is reported that thousands of buildings have collapsed from the earthquake and its aftershocks on Monday. Today, the death toll across the two countries has climbed over 11,000, with Turkey reporting over 8,000 deaths. Neighboring countries, as well as countries from all around the world, are sending humanitarian aid to Syria and Turkey. And new documents have been released to the public surrounding the murder of Tyree Nichols, a Memphis resident who was beaten to death by police officers. National Public Radio calls the document the most accurate account to date of the events that took place on the day of Nichols' murder. Officers involved are now being accused of giving deceitful or fabricated accounts of the incident. Additionally, one officer involved is said to have taken pictures of Nichols after the group of police beat him and sprayed him with pepper spray. Video and audio evidence shows that despite the circumstances, Nicole remained calm and polite towards the officers during the violent encounter.
The trial of the gunman being held for the shooting of a Walmart in El Paso, Texas will be heard today. Patrick Cruzius will most likely plead guilty in court today as he faces charges of federal hate crimes and firearms charges. The politically motivated shooting happened in 2019, and it is reported that the shooter was hurling racial slurs and epithets toward Latino people during the massacre. Federal prosecutors will not seek the death penalty for the defendant. However, state prosecutors may pursue it on separate state-level charges. In other news, at approximately 8:28 p.m. on Tuesday, an infant was found shot alongside two adults who have been pronounced dead following an in-home shooting in North Carolina, about 10 miles south of Fort Bragg. Fayetteville Police Department responded to the shooting report on the 1100 block of Bunce Road. At this time, the age and condition of the infant has not been released, although we do know that they were taken to a local hospital for treatment. If you or someone you know has any information regarding the homicide investigation, please contact Detective M. Walters at 910-635-4978.
And coming up next, Alex Ayers has a look at Hilltopper sports and regional updates.
That is right, Kaylee. Alex will have a look at some Topper team wins and professional sports news next.
Hey, whoa, hey, man, what are you doing? Hey, man, what are you doing? I don't think you're split to drive.
Nah, man, it's all good. My house is like 20 seconds up that street.
It doesn't matter. It's still not a good idea. I don't think you're fit to drive.
Dude, we've been friends for like 10 years, man. Can't you trust me?
That doesn't matter here. I do trust you, but I don't think you're fit to drive.
Well, then, just shut up. Shut up! I can totally drive myself a mile up to my house.
Fine, then. If that's what you want to do, so be it. What the?
Every day in America, another 28 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes. Don't be the next victim.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome to this edition of Newsline 14 Sports. I am Alex Ayers with your Topper and National Sports Update. West Liberty men's basketball takes the court tonight at 7:30 against Glenville State College in Glenville, West Virginia. The Hilltoppers are looking to continue their impressive four-game win streak after a convincing 94-77 win streak against the University of Charleston. Glenville State currently sits at a 13-9 on the season with a most recent loss to Frostburg State University. With only 6 games left in the regular season play, the Hilltoppers look to continue this hot streak into the Mountain East Conference tournament. The Lady Hilltoppers will also be traveling to Glenville, West Virginia tonight to take on Glenville State College. The Lady Hilltoppers are coming off an impressive overtime victory against the University of Charleston, while Glenville State is coming off a convincing 90-74 win against Frostburg State. Glenville State currently sits at a 20-2 and on an impressive 5-game win streak. With 6 games left in the regular season, our girls will need to piece together a complete game tonight in hopes to gain some momentum rolling into the postseason. The West Liberty wrestling team continued its winning ways, winning the John Suma Invitational as a team. The Hilltoppers totaled 381 team points to win the 10-team event. 6 individuals claimed gold in their respective weight classes. Those 6 wrestlers include Cole Leah, Kyvon Grace, Alec Cook, Chase Morgan, Ty McGrary, and Francesco Borsalino. A total of 31 Hilltoppers competed at the John Suma Invitational. The Hilltoppers will be on the road Friday night at Davis and Elkins for the team's last duel of the season. The 15th ranked West Liberty Acrobatics and Tumbling team competed against the number 1 ranked and 7-time national champion Baylor on Sunday evening. The Hilltoppers fell behind after the opening compulsory events. The Hilltoppers then posted a 9.35 out of 10 in the Pyramid Heat, which ended up being the highest individual score event of the night. Just before the half, the Hilltoppers posted 9 points in each of the last 3 events. However, in the end, the Hilltoppers fell to the Bears by a score of 267 to 238. The Hilltoppers will be back in action on February 14th. West Liberty Baseball starts their 2023 season opener this weekend as the Hilltoppers will be traveling to Jackson, Tennessee to take on the Bulldogs of Union University. After a 12-38 record and finishing 5th in the North Division last year in the Mountain East Conference, Coach Eric Burkle says his team looks to get the season moving in the right direction. Against a tough Union baseball team, Coach Burkle will be giving the first game start to his senior pitcher, Justin Pennybacker. The Hilltoppers will be playing a 4-game doubleheader series this Friday and Saturday at 1 and 4 p.m. The Pittsburgh Penguins got back on track last evening after dropping the last 2 games to the Sharks and the Capitals. The Penguins got a much-needed overtime victory against the visiting Colorado Avalanche. The final score was 2-1. After trailing most of the game 1-2-0, Brian Rust got the Penguins on the board late in the third quarter, and the night was capped off by Chris Letang goal, assisted by Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, who assisted on both goals. The Penguins look to start winning as they have been a streaky team sitting in 5th place with a 25-16-9 record. The Penguins will travel to Anaheim this Friday in the match with the Ducks. Super Bowl 57 is set to take place Sunday, February 12th at 6 p.m. The halftime show will be performed by Rihanna. The game will see Patrick Mahomes and the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on Jalen Hurts and the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. This will be Mahomes' 3rd trip to the Super Bowl in 5 years as a starting quarterback in the NFL. For Hurts, this will be his first Super Bowl appearance in his 2nd year as a starter. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid will be facing the only other team he was a head coach for, as he looks to win his 2nd Super Bowl trophy. Our Wheeling Nailers face off against the Toledo Walleye tonight at 7:10 in Wheeling. The Nailers are coming off an upsetting loss against the Walleye last Sunday. The Nailers are currently on a 3-game losing streak, currently sitting in 4th place in the middle of their division. The Nailers look to turn the corner and start producing some wins. The Nailers continue their home stretch with back-to-back games against Norfolk Admirals this upcoming Friday and Saturday. And stay tuned. We'll be right back as I will take a look at your weather forecast after the break.
Do you need to work on projects because a deadline is right around the corner? Then get into the Fine Arts Building. The Fine Arts Building hosts a myriad of amenities such as computer, painting, printer, couch, lights, no lights, audio including this voiceover, instrumenting, table, more computers, so many computers, the theater, printmaking, creating and animating in 3D, drawing still life, chairs, broadcast operation and execution, and it's open almost all the time. Come in early, come in late, don't come in at all if you want a bad grade. If you need stuff done, visit the Fine Arts Building. Fab is in its name.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. I'm Alex Ayers, and let's take a look at your campus weather. Today the skies are mostly cloudy with a high of 47 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. And it is currently 40 degrees on the hilltop with wind speeds at 6 miles per hour and a 9% humidity. We'll see more cloudy skies tonight with only a 30% chance of rain. Winds will be 11 miles per hour, but as the night goes on, the sky will get cloudier with a 70% chance of rain and a low of 39 degrees. Now let's take a look at some national weather across the United States. Over in Los Angeles is a nice cool 60 degrees, and down in Austin, Texas, it is a 48 degrees as they are seeing rainy skies over in the Kansas City area. And it is 42 degrees in Miami. Florida is still seeing hot temperatures at 77 degrees. New York City is seeing sunny skies and a chilly 48 degrees, and back here in the Ohio Valley, it is a very chilly 40 degrees. We'll be right back after the break with our 5-day forecast.
The Paul N. Elbin Library is your destination for learning. Featuring over 200,000 items in print, audio, and video formats. Students have access to search for books of all kinds. Our state-of-the-art egg chairs give the user an immersive experience. We offer both Macs and Dells for your convenience. Please be sure to follow all signs. Our hours are Monday through Thursday 8 to 11, Fridays 8 to 4, Saturdays are closed, Sundays 5 to 11. Our friendly staff will assist in finding the right study material for you, whether it's a physical copy or on the school's database. The Paul N. Elbin Library at West Liberty University. Please call 304-336-8261.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. I'm Alex Ayers. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. On Wednesday, we'll see cloudy skies with a high of 46 and a low of 38. Thursday, we'll have rainy showers with the morning with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Friday, we will drop down to 46 degrees as the high and low of 31 degrees moving on to this weekend. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 42 and a low of 25. On Super Bowl Sunday, we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 48 and a low of 28. And for those keeping track at home for the Super Bowl, Glendale, Arizona will have great tailgating weather, sitting at a very nice 69 degrees.
That's all for this edition of Newsline 14. But before we go, one lucky person in Washington State had their life changed forever.
Not only is their life changed forever, but potentially for generations to come in that family line. This person in Washington State hit the jackpot of $745.6 million.
This winning makes it the 5th largest Powerball jackpot and the 9th largest U.S. jackpot in history. The most recent jackpot winning hit in November, and while the hit was not as large as this winner, it is still life-changing money, and the person hit it for right below $93 million. And that'll do it for this week's edition of Newsline 14. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 2 p.m. I'm Kaylee Carpino.
And I'm Caden Kendo.
And I'm Alex Ayers. Enjoy the week, Hilltoppers.